We think that we have found our ideal partners in the team from Taiwan.
This bilateral collaboration really changes my life.
I think it's one of our most successful stories in my experience with other countries.
Taiwan is an island with just over 23 million people on an area 1/12 of Sweden. The island has become a world leader in the development and production of advanced semiconductors on which the entire global technology industry depends. Sweden has half the population and both countries have some excellent research. In 2019, the two countries signed an agreement of a bilateral scientific research cooperation to enhance academic research and development of Sweden and Taiwan societies. The projects will soon be completed and the collaboration has proven to be a success.
So we see that both the Swedish projects and the Taiwanese have been learning from each other. So I think we have both similarities and differences between the two countries. I mean, Taiwan have a super strong industrial base. Sweden has a strong basic research base, and I think we can learn from each other when it comes to both research and innovation, and maybe spin-offs as well.
Taiwan has more than 90% of leading-edge chip manufacturing, with companies like TSCM supplying firms like Apple Inc. and Nvidia. Therefore, it is not surprising that several of the collaborative projects have research in this area. One of the projects is about developing so-called 3-nitride semiconductors, that is, elements from Group 3 of the periodic table, usually gallium, together with nitrogen. Professor Shun Hishung Lin at the National Yang Ming Chiao Tung University, NYCU, is one of the researchers from the Taiwanese side.
We are trying to make the high power, high voltage radio frequency, high frequency devices. But we are focusing on different strategy to build this material. Like Group 3, we wanted to have a high band gap, and Sweden strategy is to add in more aluminum and to make it thinner, so you can avoid the impact of high temperature. And we add in the indium to balance the high aluminum content. So we are growing on two different directions, but we are having the same goal.
One of the researchers from the Swedish side is Professor Niklas Rosman at Chalmers, where they specialize in microwave electronics, which can be used for amplifiers for high-frequency signals for wireless communications and radars. And although gallium nitride semiconductors are already out on the market, there are still a lot of problems to solve and things to optimize.
For example, there are problems with electrons getting trapped in the structure, which decreases the performance of the device. And we study a lot of different ways of mitigating those kind of problems. And also to explore the ultimate high frequency performance. So how high can you generate power in frequency?
Professor Edward Yi Chang at NYCU and Niklas Ruersman appreciate the collaboration and highlight the advantage of bilateral cooperation.
I think it's the most efficient way to collaborate. This kind of bilateral research is very productive, I think, and you get very close and you can really discuss details in a much better way, as opposed to when you have 10 or 20 partners, as you often have in European projects.
Indeed, right now the system level need many different features for the device. Single university doesn't have that much resource to do that. So in that case, we can use each other's resource to work on the system level product, because it simply requires too many different talents. So I think Sweden people thinking is different from Taiwanese people.
In another successful project, the researchers developed not just the next generation of batteries, but the next generation. The Taiwanese part of the project is run by Professor Bing-Jo Huang at the National Taiwan University of Science and Technology, NTUST.
Battery is very important, not only for cell phone, for electric vehicle, for energy storage, in the future for robots, for drone. There are many applications we need a battery. But the current lithium-ion battery, the energy density is just not sufficient. We almost reach the roof. But anode-free, since we don't have an anode at the beginning, so we give the space to the cathode so that you can easily increase energy density.
When a typical lithium-ion battery is charged, lithium ions move from the positive cathode through a liquid electrolyte to the negatively charged anode, creating an electric current. However, in theory, the anode is not necessary. Lithium can instead be plated directly onto one of the electrodes and form a layer that acts as an anode, thus saving weight and volume in the battery cell. This type of battery is called anodeless batteries. One problem is that the lithium layer that forms on the anode is not uniform, but instead dendrites, needle-like structures form that can cause rapid capacity loss or a short circuit in the cell. By using a solid polymer electrolyte, the researchers see a positive effect on the growth of the anode. Maria Helin is one of the Swedish researchers from Uppsala University.
So my particular part of the project is to look at the stability of this solid polymer electrolyte at the interface and on the anode side. So this is generally looking at what type of degradation products do we form, and if we have some mitigation strategies that we implement to then see how that works, for instance. I use a very surface sensitive technique, and then we have on the Taiwanese side, they have been looking more in terms of the larger scale, a little bit further away from the electrode where you have all of these dendrite formation. You can see how that affects.
Both masters and doctoral students have been involved in the projects. One successful example is Po Han Hoang. After his bachelor in Taiwan, he moved to Sweden to take his master's in nanotechnology at KTH in Stockholm. When continuing with a PhD, he got involved in 2 of the projects of the Taiwanese-Swedish collaboration. That meant a lot to his career, and Po Han Hoang is now an assistant professor in Taiwan.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Po Han Hoang. I'm currently an assistant professor in Swedish-Taiwanese University.
I think that my experience it's quite unique. It's very special because I got opportunities to see how different cultures they get to collaborate together and how does that result in something both innovative and practical. Because in Taiwan side we're better in like making things practical, mass production, but in Swedish side there's more innovative ideas. These projects allow me to really build this connection during my PhD research to basically scale up innovation.
In August 2026, the second program for Taiwanese-Swedish collaboration starts. 70 million Swedish crowns go to 10 strategic collaboration projects of the highest international standard. Researchers from both countries had great interest in the call, which resulted in many applicants. And hopefully, the participants in the upcoming projects will be as satisfied as today's.
This has been a wonderful experience. We have learned a lot and we've developed our batteries way beyond our expectations.
The friendship is always very important. Not only enjoy the scientific discovery, the new scientific phenomena, we also build a very good relationship. That's always a foundation of good research or good team.
We have had really good times, both in Taiwan and in Sweden.
Yes.